to the channel, man. This is episode 6 of P Valley. And if you know, man, Autumn and Mercedes, they got their little scamming going on. We trying to get Mercedes 10,000 by the end of the week. Oh yeah, it's on. But before we get started, shout out to the notification game, man. Y'all keeping the channel alive. And if you're new to my channel, hit your subscribe button, turn on your notifications so you get something every time I upload. But I'm not gonna hold you up. We're gonna jump right into it. This is the recap of episode 6 of P Valley. Alright, now normally I'm telling y'all the opening scene is shock value. Well, it's kind of this time, but they ain't dancing nothing. It's just Autumn and Mercedes going around, like I said, doing their scamming. They at different banks, they got several different IDs, and they just going and they collecting money. 9,000 here, 9,000 there. Oh, let me get 9,000 over there. They just getting money all around the city. So they got different wigs to go with every single ID they have, and they just going around collecting money. Because now that the flood is over, that one-time transaction, hey, that's in effect. So we got to figure out a way around it. And now she got Mercedes in there helping her be able to access $18,000 from one place instead of just $9,000. Man, they about to be running through the city. Now, what I don't understand is if she's getting that much money, she's probably only giving Mercedes maybe $500 to $1,000 a transaction. If she talk about we can get you $10,000 by the end of the week. So if I'm Mercedes, I'm like, man, if you get $9,000 and you need my help to get a $9,000, any transaction that I do, I need at least $2,500, $3,000. I won't even take half. Let me get at least a fourth of it or something, like $2,000 out of the 9. Come on, help your girl out. Mercedes pulls up on her daughter Terica, who has tennis lessons, because Shelly wants her to play tennis and get her grades up. She pretty much stops playing tennis and comes over and talks to Mercedes, and she's pretty much complaining like, you know, I was supposed to see you last week and I didn't get to see you. You can't be my mom. You know, you're not reliable and responsible like you should be. And we all know last week Mercedes spent it locked up, you know what I'm saying? The locked up time song come on Akon. But Mercedes is like, yeah, I know some things happened, but I'm working on getting everything together for you to, you know, saying come live with me. And Terica's like, man, I don't think it's ever going to work. Mercedes, I'm trying to get you back in dance and everything. Terica's like, I only did dance because I got to see you. That's the one time a week I got to see you and be involved with you. But Shelly comes over and she's pretty much like, Terica, get back to work. You know what I'm saying? You need to be working on tennis. You know how much Serena Williams made? And she tells Mercedes, you're not going to cut it as a mom. Like, I'm raising her now, and this is where I wanted to focus on. School, tennis, make some money, and get up out of where we at. And Mercedes is pretty much taking it in like, man, I understand you want the best for her, but I also want my daughter to come back and live with me. And Shelly's telling her, nah, I promise your husband, well, your baby father, that I'm going to take care of her. And that's the only thing I'm going to do is make sure this kid is straight. Lil Murder ends up pulling up Miss Humpback, Miss Mississippi. And I guess they got like a little business meeting. If you remember Mississippi, she's seen Lil Murder in there kissing Clifford. So when Murder pulling up, he's thinking, oh man, I gotta, you know what I'm saying, be stern, gotta let her know you ain't seen nothing. But once he sits down, she's playing it like, you know, I ain't seen nothing. But what I do have is a business proposition for you. Are you doing anything about promoting this song? Like, if you look at my Instagram followers, I got hundreds of thousands of people following me now because of this song. And Lil Murder was like, damn, really? Let me shoot this video over to my boys that's managing him. And she's like, man, them boys ain't managing you. They just some stupid dudes. So what her proposition is, and we see this a lot too, so this is pretty much the foundation and the blueprint of how to make a rapper. First, you get a song that bubbles in the club. You get a stripper that's good for it. The stripper makes a name for herself off the song. Now your song is blowing up. We want to know who it is. And she's pretty much telling them, look, for your social media, with me dancing to this song and you rapping, if we become a couple, then we become an instant power couple. Like, man, these dudes, they taking over the strip club. They got a rapper, he got a bad chick. It's just, this is what everybody wants to see. So Mississippi's like, forget all that small talk. Me and you, let's become a couple and push this song. Because you only have 5 pictures on your page. You need more pictures for that. And let's get your social media presence up. And then we both blow up. And if we stay together, we stay together. If not, we go our separate ways. This is how to build a rapper 101 in 2020. While all this is going on, Clifford is at home having the time of his life. in the bed, little murder texting her, or my bad, Marcus is texting, talking about I want to see you and stuff. So, hey, for Uncle Clifford, it's a good day, but we get introduced into Clifford's grandmother, and she seems like she's going blind, but she smoke a little bit, just to ease the pain, get through the day, listen to some music. But so it turns out that Uncle Clifford didn't let the pink go into debt. The grandmother did. So it used to be a juke joint, and she started taking out loans and refinancing and everything to try to keep it afloat. But once that didn't happen, she ended up giving the club to Clifford and turned it into a strip club because Clifford thought a strip club would be able to bring in more money than a juke joint. Now it did, but unfortunately, Grandma was taking out loans against the company, against the club, refinancing, and it's just in more debt. So at this point, Clifford's like, hey, we're really gonna lose it this time, Grandma, because I ain't got no money. You just took out too many loans. We owe just too much money on this place, so it's gonna go on the auction block, and we're definitely gonna lose this. So Uncle Clifford isn't as bad with money as I thought. Spends a little bit too much on clothes, but the pink didn't go into foreclosure because of Uncle Clifford. Grandma messed it up. Now, if you remember in the first episode, Big L was seen loading up a truck for the white guy that Gidget's always with, her boyfriend. And at this point, Big L's like, man, I need to make a business decision. Now, I know we don't sell drugs in the pink, we just hold it, when you're driving down here, but I'm gonna need some connects, and I'm gonna need some of them things, because the pink ain't gonna be around much longer. So Big L, what he's trying to do is, when you drop these things off, let me get one of them and let me move it, maybe 2 or 3, and let me start moving, because once the pink is gone, I'm gonna need a way to make some money. So Big L is thinking, hey man, once this is over, I still gotta move forward with what I gotta do, because I ain't going back to just being a nobody. So I think we're gonna see Big L into the game, but I think it's gonna mess it up. It's gonna draw too much attention to the pink, especially with all this going on. I think Mayor Ruffin might have something to do with, hey man, I think they moving some drugs in there to help try to get the place closed. So I think this is a bad decision. It's a quick come up, but for drugs, it's a bad decision. It's gonna all backfire. That's my personal opinion. Let me know what you think below. So Bonnie and Bonnie, because it ain't no Clyde, they out here doing their scheming. So it turns out Mercedes, she gets some money from Autumn, some extra money to go pick up her car. The reason for it is because Autumn wants Mercedes to go hit up 2 different telexes somewhere else and get some money outside of the city. She can go get her money. And Mercedes talking about, it better be some gas money. Gas money? I just gave you money to get your car out, and I'm helping you get $10,000 for doing nothing. So hey, you spend the gas money out of your money. But they pretty much start talking, and Mercedes is talking about she's gonna get a new gym, and Autumn is telling them like, hey, spread your money around, get a financial advisor to help you put the money in there and like spread it around so it doesn't just look like you're making thousands of dollars off of dancing, which you probably won't. They start having a little argument about where hiding the money at. Autumn's like, hey, I need your locker because I can't hide any more money in my locker. And Mercedes is like, why would you hide your money in a locker? And Autumn calls her out like, yeah, why would you hide yours in a church fund? So, okay, touche. In comes Mr. Dre. He doesn't say anything. He makes eye contact with Autumn. They don't say anything. So he walks out with his to-go food, and he pays for their meal. Oh, such a gentleman. So I wonder what Andre, he still wants Autumn. He's letting her know, like, man, I don't care what happened. We still good in my book. Slowly earning her trust back. Andre finally gets a meeting with all 3 of the brothers, and Corbin, he's still trying to figure out what he's going to do. Like, he doesn't want to sell the land to the casino. He wants to lease it and be able to make $6 million compared to maybe $1 million a piece. But when this meeting all starts, for me, if I'm Andre, I'm like, I'm having this meeting in a business setting because I'm not coming to you guys' house and sitting in you guys' little study area and y'all have guns and stuff out. First of all, I'm black. You 2 already seem racist. Y'all don't like your mixed brother. I'm not going to be here unless there's like some other kind of security or something around, because this just leads to me ending up dead. Like, forget it. But anyway, they're having a meeting and everyone signed. The 2 brothers, the twins, they signed. But Corbin hasn't signed yet because he's, like I said, standing strong to, hey, let's lease this. Now they have a whole family argument about what their dad would have wanted. The twins are like, the dad didn't care nothing about us except for guns and pussy. And Corbin's like, nah, our dad wanted us to make a legacy. which made the two twins get even angrier. Like, no, our dad didn't care about that. He messed up our real family, talking about them and their mother, and pretty much went outside the family and had Corbin with a black woman. So for them, it's like, nah, man, you ain't no family to us. So they pull the gun out. They put the gun on Andre. Andre like, hey, man, I ain't got nothing to do with this. They put the gun on Corbin. Corbin ends up not signing to sell. He stayed true to it because he wants to lease it, and he telling them, man, we can build a legacy, man. We can make money for here on out, like for the rest of our lives, as long as the casino's here, instead of one-time payment. But the brothers, they just didn't understand that, man. It must be women's intuition, but grandma knew something was going on. She looking at Clifford like, man, you feeling some type of way, man. Who are you talking to? You involved with somebody? Bring them through. So later that night, Marcus slides through. He gets to meet grandma, Clifford. They all just chilling, smoking a little bit of weed, clowning each other. Marcus looks at like a little picture of Clifford when he was a little boy. You know, just when you meeting people, you over there chilling. But anyway, you can tell Marcus is invested because him and grandma, they hitting it off, smoking a little bit. And Marcus ends up getting a text message pretty much like, hey, slide through. But he doesn't respond back. He just like, nah, I'll let y'all know when I'm on my way. So you can tell he's interested in Clifford because he didn't exactly leave when he was supposed to. Like, you're supposed to be getting this money. You're supposed to be trying to get to this music. You're supposed to be trying to make a name for yourself. But Marcus, he's stuck around. So we're going to see how this plays out, man, because he's supposed to be in this new relationship and making a new name for himself. Now, Autumn has the locker code from Mercedes, and she's at the strip club about to start transferring things over, putting things in there, taking things out. So I guess once you get the big locker at the strip club, that shows, hey, I made it, y'all. I'm on top of the game. But Mississippi's in there, and she sees it, and she's like, what are you doing going in that locker? And Autumn's like, yeah, it was Mercedes, but now it's mine. But the difference between me and Mercedes is I share everything in mine. And she pulls out a pink gun, so Mississippi is looking at it. She's like, I'm just not gonna mess. I'm gonna go back over to my little locker or whatever you're saying. But so what Autumn is trying to say is, I'm not like Mercedes. I'm not gonna be going against all y'all. We all here together, but I can make some money with all y'all. So let's try to do that. Let's try to get some money while tear each other up. We get money together. We can share this locker. If you need the locker, here's a combination. Use it. Pretty much, Autumn is trying to get everybody in the strip club up under her, because if she does buy it, then you gotta have a loyalty from everybody. So I'm just using that as a stepping stone, as if she buys it. But she's pretty much letting Mississippi know, like, hey, I'm cool, man. You can fuck with me if you want to. Autumn and Mercedes, they meet back up at Mercedes' house for their last collection of fake IDs that they're getting from Maine. You remember Maine? Maine's the man with the ankle monitor. So they're meeting up to get the last set of IDs, figure out the last plan for Mercedes to get her last $10,000 that she can go put the money on the gym. And pretty much they can all be done with each other. Mercedes is back on track. She got the money for the club. Autumn's still making her money. She's working at the club. They can keep it moving. So Maine drops that off. Autumn needs to go to the bathroom. When she goes in the bag, of course, just like any nosy person, she doesn't go where she tells her the bathroom is. She makes a detour and goes into a little kid's room. So it turns out it's Terica's room, but the room is still made for like a younger female, you know, like a kid, maybe like 5 to 8 years old. I don't know, but you know, Terica's an adult. So this whole time she's been decorating this room, waiting for Terica to come back, but she's never got her. So she's sitting down. Autumn is crying because she's just like, man, I lost my daughter, and I know you're going through trying to get your daughter back. So that's where they start connecting a lot. And then she tells Autumn her daughter's name is Terica, and then she asks Autumn what's her real name, and Autumn says Autumn instead of Haley. So she's still hiding something from Mercedes. And I know Mercedes is either like, dang, so your stripper name is your real name? Or Mercedes is like, nah, there's something you're not telling me. But pretty much they connect because they both have daughters and they both technically lost them. Mercedes, she doesn't have hers physically, but she doesn't have her living with them. So this is what she's trying to do, get back on her feet, be able to bring her daughter in, come live with her. Now, you remember the text message Murder was supposed to come slide to the studio? He never showed up. So when he comes the next day, he's over there, Mississippi's with him. He's supposed to be getting ready for a new song. DJ Never Scared is like, man, if you was a nice MC, you already have another song already coming. So people like, damn, man, this dude ain't no one hit. He got songs on top of songs. So one of the guys, they end up asking Murder, like, where was you at, man? You know, I'm your manager and stuff. And Murder's like, well, you my manager. Why you ain't managing and getting stuff going? But pretty much, he never answered where he was at because it was with Uncle Clifford, but he couldn't say anything because He doesn't want anyone to know that he's on the down low. Mississippi steps up. She was like, oh, he was busy. He was with me. So she sits on his lap. And now they got this couple thing going. Now they're in the studio, Mississippi. Hey, we in the studio. You're seeing Lil Murder, the hottest rapper out. You're saying we making moves. We making another song. We getting it happen. So now they got this media frenzy going on. Now people are like, okay, they starting to see Lil Murder with Mississippi. Let's check him out. But he needs some more music. So this couple, she knows that he's messing with Uncle Clifford, and they have to keep that covered up. So they're going to keep their little relationship to cover up the relationship with Clifford, because she's going to benefit from it, he's going to benefit from it, and the Pink might even benefit from it a little bit. Earlier in the episode, Clifford met up with an ex-stripper that moved into, the political side of things. Clifford calls her his first graduate, meaning she was one of the first beautiful black women in there with the nice old booty in there doing her thing. One of the first people to make it out of the Pink and actually be successful outside of stripping. So Clifford was pretty much like, hey man, they trying to shut down the Pink. You're into politics and stuff. I need to know what's going on. You got to help out these women that are just like you. They all started here just like you did. But they had a little disagreement, and we didn't know if Eloise was actually going to show up. But it turns out she showed up, and she's talking to all the girls, and all of them are like, she's an OG. It's nice to see you. And she pretty much just asked them, like, what's your aspirations? What are you doing? Are you saving money? Are y'all going to be, okay, you going to be at the strip club this long? Hey, make sure you got a plan when you get out. So she's pretty much playing the OG like she said she would for Clifford. Now, with this, she also starts giving Clifford information like, hey, they're going to be bringing the casino here. If you do this, then this is what's going to happen. Pretty much giving Clifford the rundown of, hey, man, if you want to protect your club, this is what you need to do. This is what they're going to be starting to do. So get your ducks in order, because the city's moving fast, man. And if this casino gets here and you ain't got your stuff ready, oh, the Pink is gone. And the only reason to be able to stop this is a petition, a vote. Get everybody to come out and vote that they don't want the casino here unless, we get to keep the Pink. And Clifford, the first thing Clifford says is, man, niggas don't vote. Hey, go out and vote this year, man. Let's get Trump about the office. Uncle Clifford ends up bailing out Patrice from jail and pretty much blackmailing her like, hey, I bailed you out. Now you work for me, okay? So I'm thinking what they're going to do is Uncle Clifford's going to try to use Patrice's new church to start getting votes. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I can see her benefiting from is getting everybody that goes to the church to vote, because that's a big congregation. And especially when a small vote in a town like this, a lot of people probably not going to know about it. So you definitely have to get the word out. Also, Autumn and Dre, they end up getting on the phone together. Autumn calls him back and thanks him like, hey, thanks for paying for my meal, you know what I'm saying? I just want to show you that I have some, some home training. And Dre's on the phone pretty much like, yeah, it's all good, man. I don't have nothing against you. Turns out Haley's up where they went on top of the mountain to look at the city. So they're having a conversation, and it's slowly but surely the connection is coming back, and we're gonna see more of them two together. Then that leads us to Maine. So Maine's going to give the little fat kid his ankle monitor. But while he's out, he gives the monitor up. He walks back, and he goes past a missing person poster. And it turns out it's Haley Colton, 26, 5'9", 140 pounds, brown hair, brown eye. So Maine's like, man, I was just at the house, but she told me her name was Autumn. So now Maine's going to bring this back to Mercedes, and I can see them clash like, your name isn't Autumn, your name is Haley. What are you doing with this money? Whose money is this? So that's going to be what the big thing is going to be about next week, man. Oh, Haley, man, they catching up with you quick. Hey, that's episode 6 of P-Valley. Comment below what do you think is going to happen between Mississippi and Lil Murder. Do y'all think that's how rappers are made in 2020? Well, even before 2020, I think like the last 10, 15 years, fake relationships is what makes a power couple even powerful. Let me know what y'all think below. But hey, that's episode 6. Thank y'all for watching. We're gonna be here for episode 7 next week. I'm Moedotj. If you're new to the channel, like my content, like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's try to get 100 likes on this. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that YouTube algorithm up. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, man. I'm out. Thank you for watching.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.